Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here. This time doing another Disney film review. And this one is on Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. Now, as you know, Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin was meant to be a 1997 direct-to-video musical adventure comedy film, which of course was meant to be one of those direct-to-video Disney DVDs that obviously were kind of like being these dime a dozen. These kind of things you would nowadays see more in charity shops, car boots, and so forth. And I think what's interesting is after picking up an early version of the DVD from where I work at the British Heart Foundation and going back to the film The Search for Christopher Robin, the best I can say is it's definitely a film that handles the themes of grief, moving on, and trying to understand that people in your life will and can come and go. It's just kind of accepting that they've got other things they have to sort out or other things they know can't really stay the same. And the premise of the film is meant to follow on the last day of summer in the Hundred Acre Woods. We do kind of see how Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh spend their sort of last day together, and you can tell right away Christopher Robin does want to tell Winnie the Pooh the big news that he has to be somewhere else, but we kind of see how as soon as autumn arrives, we see how Pooh finds a honey pot with a note attached to it, and after a mishap, we obviously see how, obviously because of how reading it incorrectly due there being honey on it, he obviously thinks that the certain word is meant to be skull, and this is where we kind of see Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Rabbit, Piglet, and Eel journey it to find Christopher Robin. And I think the best I can say about the film, it's there to tell a simple message that not everything can stay the same forever. People in your life will have to leave eventually, and sometimes you can't really expect them to sort your problems forever. And I think it's one of those films that has to tackle a serious message. Like obviously seeing how Pooh, Piglet, Rabbit, Tigger, and Eel having to kind of learn the hard truth themselves that they have to sort their problems on their own, and they can't expect Christopher Robin to sort everything out for them. And I think this does remind me a bit like Shadow the Hedgehog. Like Shadow always could be a bit of a sort of grump, a little bit bitter, but we always saw how Maria always did try to see the best in everything. And it was even clear in Sonic Shadow Generation when he saw Maria back for the first time in a long time. This was a part of Shadow's old self finally returned. This is him wanting something to work out for him. It's like Homer meeting his mum again. This was Homer meeting the first and only actual parent who showed him any real kindness. And this is obviously Mona knowing deep down, despite obviously what Abe did to him, Homer always had a soft spot for his mom. Homer always tried to prove he was a better father than Abe. And I think there's moments where I think, honestly, there's moments where I think, obviously, Pooh's Grand Adventure does also have to tackle the themes of not only does grief, loss, and trying to move on, but also having to go darker and realistic in some situations. And I think this is where I think, obviously, the parents and fans who obviously watched this film said it was a lot darker, but that was the point. It was just meant to show Pooh, Tigger, Rabbit, Piglet, and Eel facing new challenges in that, which they had to without Christopher Robin. It just kind of reminds you that in life, you are going to face new problems, new trials, new problems, new sort of situations that you're going to have to sort out on your own. And you can't rely on the people in your life to help you sort it out. You need to kind of sort it out on your own. And I think it's one of those films that's obviously there to tell a hard truth moral. and it's aware of it. So I feel like Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin, is a film that needs to kind of remind its fans as well as kids that not everyone in your life is going to be around forever, and sometimes in life you are going to have to figure things out for yourself. You have to kind of fend for yourself and try to sort out your problems on your own. So I think the film definitely deserves thumbs in the middle. It's a good film, just there to tell a hard truth moral, but nothing grand, big, or epic. So, comic reviewer here, signing out.